So today is Friday, and you know what that means. We have new content in MLB The Show 25 Diamond Dynasty. Today we have the new Extreme program, and this looks like a lot of fun. I love Extreme. It's one of my favorite content drops. Every single year, it just brings an entirely new challenge, and obviously not everyone's going to be able to do it. But yeah, there's so much stuff that came out today, so let's get into it all. Before we get into the video, make sure you guys become a channel member to receive exclusive perks such as roster update advice from someone who's made over 10 million stubs this year, one-on-one coaching, and access to the members-only Discord, link in the description. Always do, let's take a look at the calendar. So today is October 17th. We got the new Extreme program with those three rewards, Buxton, Clemens, and Ellie. And then there are two new players, the Jansen and the Carlos Santana from the Diamond Quest, the Extreme Diamond Quest. Obviously the first time we've had that because it's a new Diamond Quest was new this year. And then we also got a spooky program update with some pretty good cards. Taking a look at the calendar, so TBD, obviously, for the ALCS and NLCS programs. The Dodgers are probably going to sweep the Brewers tonight. And who knows what's going to happen with the Blue Jays and the Mariners. I'm praying the Mariners can win as a Yankees fan, but who knows how long that's going to take. It's going to take at least two more games because it's 2-2. So yeah, a week from today on the 24th, we're getting another spooky program update, and then we're going to get in 2 weeks a new XP reward path, a new weekend classic, and the show live within that. First, just quickly get the spooky program out of the way. So moving down the path, we have a 99 Craig Kimbrell, and I got to say, I don't think we've ever had a Craig Kimbrell with a pitch mix like this. He's typically been a 3-pitch pitcher. So this might actually make him a pretty solid reliever. 4-seam, knuckle curve, sinker, circle change, sweeper. He has outlier on the curveball, not the 4-seam, which is interesting. The control, not the best. Or outside of the fastball and the knuckle curve, everything is just not the best, but at least he has the pitches this time around. We have a Dylan Cruz, 115, 120 versus right. 102, 100 versus left, 110 clutch, great defense, amazing speed as well. This card is pretty good, but ultimately probably not going to see him on too many God squads. And then we have a Greg Maddux, sinker, cutter, circle change, slider, curveball. You know what every Greg Maddux card is going to be like. It's not going to have good velocity, but it's going to have insane control and insane break because it's freaking Greg Maddux. So maybe this card might not be too bad. And then the last card that they added today is a 99 Stan Musial. Obviously, Stan the Man is one of the greatest hitters of all time. And you can see by his hitting attributes here, maxed out contact, 125 clutch, 120 vision, 125 power versus lefties. He can play first base at gold defense as well. Pretty solid cards in the spooky program. Now let's take a look at the Extreme program, and I gotta say these rewards are pretty juiced. So first, at 30 points, we have the Cycle Byron Buxton. 125 for contact left, both power, both clutch. He's insane defensively, he's got elite speed, and his vision isn't bad. His contact versus righties isn't bad like it has in the past. This is easily the best Buxton card in the history of MLB The Show, I would say. So this card looks phenomenal. Moving down the line, we have another 99 Roger Clemens, which I was super excited to see because I obviously loved his first 99 in the live series collection. This card is definitely better than the MVP Roger Clemens. 4-seam, slider, splitter, slurve, sinker. So he has a slurve instead of a curveball, and he has outlier on the 4-seam, of course. He has very good control and break. This card has much better per nines, and he has maxed out clutch. This card is going to go into my rotation once I get him. And then the final reward is 99 Ellie De La Cruz, 125 versus righties, 125 discipline, 125 clutch, very good against lefties as well, switch hitter, amazing defense, 95 fielding, 99 arm strength, 99 across the board for speed. This guy's going right into my shortstop spot as soon as I get him. Now let's take a look at how the program works. So ultimately, nothing is required. You can skip some things. So if we want to take a look at the moments, there's 10 moments, and each of them are 4 points, right? So if you do all the moments, which they're very difficult, you will get 40 points, and you'll get past Byron Buxton. You also have the Diamond Quest collection, so you have to lock in the Kenley Jansen and the Carlos Santana from the Diamond Quest, who I think are non-sellable, and you get 30 points. You also have the Showdown, which is 30 points, and the Conquest, which is 30 points. So you only need 100 points. So, like, looking at this program, I'm probably going to skip the conquest, because if you look at this conquest, you have to complete the whole map, which might seem easy, but you have to do it in like a certain amount of turns. You have to conquer some maps within a certain amount of turns, which makes this very difficult, and that one takes so long. So I would highly recommend skipping the conquest. But yeah, I'm probably going to do the moments, the diamond quest, and the showdown. You know, there's also PXP missions, but it's 40,000 BXP for 5 points. And then there's also event missions too, where every 2 wins, or win 2 games you get a point, win 5 games you get 5 points, and then win 10 games you get 5 points. But like, I don't want to play the extreme event. So I've gone into my inventory here to showcase the Diamond Quest players, because I think these guys are not on the market. Yeah, these guys are non-sellable and no one has discovered them yet, of course, since the Diamond Quest just came out. First we have Awards Kenley Jansen, cutter, 4-seam, slider, sinker, 125 hits per 9 and clutch, 118 Ks per 9. Does he have outlier on the cutter? No. Okay, but he's still disgusting. Control is amazing, break is amazing. That card's gross. Now let's take a look at the Carlos Santana, who I think is on the Guardians for this version. Yeah. Wow, this is a great Carlos Santana card as well. 105, 125 contact, 120, 114 power with 115 vision, 125 discipline, 115 clutch. The defense is also pretty good. He's not a primary catcher though, but he does have the secondary. So yeah, this would be very disappointing if he couldn't play catcher, but he does. So now let's check out the Diamond Quest. I'm obviously not going to play it, so let's take a look at the reward breakdowns. You're not guaranteed the cards if you play the stadiums, which is interesting. I want to see what this map looks like. Let me just go into this with my God Squad. Okay, so it's basically just like you go down the line, and I'm assuming all these moments are going to be difficult. Okay, so there's 3 stadium challenges. There's one for Kenley. There's one for nothing here. But if you lose, you have to restart. But you also don't have to play this. So I would just skip this one. And then, yeah. And then the last one is Carlos Santana. So, yeah. I mean, I'm interested to see what these missions are for all of these, these squares, or whatever. But yeah, this is going to be interesting. Now let's take a look at the moments. So they revealed these on Twitter. Buxton hits for the cycle. So you have to hit for the cycle with Byron Buxton on Hall of Fame. 4 home runs in 1 game with Mr. Kurtz on Hall of Fame. You have to do 9 innings, 7 strikeouts, and you have to hit a home run with Clayton Kershaw. I really hope it's not like the regular milestone Kershaw and it's a Kershaw with hitting stats, because hitting a home run with a guy with no hitting stats on Hall of Fame, on top of doing all that stuff for the pitching, is just ridiculous. And then we have Telly, 2 triples in 1 game. This one shouldn't be that as hard as the other ones. Also on Hall of Fame, though. Hall of Fame, 40 years old Randy Johnson tossed the 17th perfect game. So you have to throw a perfect game with Randy Johnson. Then you have, oh my god, okay. Or actually, it's just you have to win the game. So you have an entire game to come back down 9-0, but it is on Legend. So that's going to be difficult. And then you have the Arizona Diamondbacks enter the 9th inning down 10-4. So you have to score 7 runs in 1 inning on Legend. And then steal 5 bases in 1 game on Legend. Then score 20 runs on Legend in 1 game. And then you have an immaculate inning with Mason Miller. You have to strike out 3 batters, and you can't let anyone on. So yeah, I'm going to grind this program and try to get it done as quickly as possible, and then give you guys a tips video sometime this weekend whenever I finish all of this stuff. I have no idea how long it's gonna take. I'm a little worried about a couple of those moments. So if I can't get a couple of those done, I might have to tap into the event. But we'll see. So yeah, that's going to be it for this video. If you guys are new here, follow me on all my social medias, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok. But most importantly, make sure to subscribe right here on YouTube. So yeah, see you guys in the next one. Peace.